What up? It's your boy T-Bird here in the reaction. Time to do a kill count. So, as I mentioned on my post on my community that through the bash I'm doing right now, I decided to drop the Dentist 1 and Dentist 2 because after seeing the Golden Chainsaw and the Dull Machetes super cut for year 3 when Day was on it, I'm not going to risk watching another boring segment where like I did with the Silent Night, Deadly Nights or anything. So, in place of these will be one of the videos in place of them will be the video I'm react to today, which is Upgrade. Especially since y'all been requesting it, so I got y'all. Alright. And keyword reacting, not stealing. For the folks you know who saw my post, I did address something. Yeah, somebody try to say I'm stealing content. Shout out to y'all who loves my reaction. That's all I'm gonna say about that. So anyway, so I'm about to get this movie called Upgrade. Came out in 2018. Now I don't know too much about this, but y'all wanted me to do a reaction to a kill count reaction to these, and this will be a trying to look away. This only one version of this. There's no explicit version, so that's cool. And they worry about doing any extra editing with the censoring and all of that. But like I said, the reason why I do the explicit version so I can have a legit reason to possibly look away, so y'all can so I can give a chance to lose. So I won't feel like I cheated y'all out of trying to look away. And I feel like I did a couple videos that sorry about the noise in the background. Sorry, noise in the background again. I'm gonna try my best to concentrate with the noise in the background. Hold on a second. Okay, I'm back. So anyway, about to do the kill count for Upgrade. Like I said, the reason why I like to do split versions because it's I like to be able to give y'all a chance to look away. So I feel like I cheated you out because there's 2 videos I did kind of realize I cheated you out of because I finally had a split version on the Patreon, which was what was it? Hellfest and the Third Beyond Reanimator. Well, I might do a reaction to. But other than that, without further ado, let's get into Upgrade.
Welcome to the Kill Count, where we tally up the victims in all our favorite horror movies. I'm James H. Denise, and today we're looking at Upgrade, released in 2018. Upgrade was written and directed by Leigh Whannell, the Australian filmmaker who wrote Saw and the Insidious movies, and who recently wrote and directed The Invisible Man, which was dope. Upgrade is also dope. Filmed in Australia for a remarkably low budget of $5 million, this movie is 1 part revenge flick, 1 part crime thriller, and at least 2 or 3 parts cyberpunk badassery. Is it necessarily a horror movie? I don't know, man, but it was made by the creator of Saw. Just go with it. Upgrade stars Logan Marshall Green, previously seen on the Kill Count in Prometheus, as a dude who gets a murderous AI implanted into his body. Whannell cast Marshall Green after seeing him in The Invitation, and chose him over bigger names that the studio suggested, like Jake Gyllenhaal and Christian Bale. That helped Whannell get the cost down for this impressively futuristic film, which he says was inspired by RoboCop and Terminator, especially in terms of their practical in-camera effects. That means there's a bunch of cool kills in this thing, which is why today's episode is sponsored by Raycon, so I can show you all that good stuff. Raycon offers premium earbuds that start at about half the price of its competitors. When it comes to sticking your ear holes, these babies are the best of both worlds. They sound great with their seamless Bluetooth pairing, and they won't take over your body and kill people like the AI in Upgrade. With their new awesome colors, though, the everyday E25 earbuds would fit right in with the other fancy tech in this movie. And they're great for all the things you have to do at home nowadays, like working out and just working in general. Go to buyraycon.com/deadmeat to get 15% off an order of Raycon earbuds today. That's buyraycon.com/deadmeat for 15% off your order today. How many people will this killer AI bring to the uncanny valley of death? Let's find out and get to the kills. The movie begins in a garage, where Grease Monkey Gray Trace is working on a Firebird, like a fucking weirdo. Why is this dude so weird, besides the fact that he's trying to get this car drunk? Cause this is the future, motherfuckers! A future so green, this place might as well be called New Naderton. And cool people don't drive old manual gas guzzlers around anymore. They ride automated cars that let them spend their commute doing the thing I've been learning a lot about lately. Business! Phrase like Asha is one of these high-tech riding business people, and she's a lot more comfortable with and appreciative of the smart tech surrounding her than her technophobic husband.
You want to put a pizza?
I want to make a pizza.
Like a lot of work.
Ashley goes with Gray to drop off that newly restored hot rod at a rich client's house, a subterranean jam beneath this wishbone-looking rock. The client is Aaron Keene, a billionaire tech magnate who's so rich and brilliant, he's developed his own little personal cloud captain sidekick.
What is the thing that you're touching?
It's my cloud.
How much data can you store in there, dude? Aaron is played by Harrison Gilbertson, who recently played Travis in the Netflix movie In the Tall Grass. To prepare for the role of a rich recluse, Gilbertson lived in isolation and communicated with people only through email for 2 weeks straight. Only 2 weeks, huh? That must have been nice. Aaron shows Gray and Asha his latest invention, a little bucket chip boy.
I call it STEM.
He says STEM can do anything, though Gray points out a few tasks it might find difficult.
Babies and people.
You know what he means.
Just saying there's some things that people do better.
Yeah, make babies, like with sex. Driverless cars are cool. While they're driving, you can have sex. Except for when the car takes you off course, that is, and drives you into a much more run-down part of town. What's up with that car?
I'm sorry. There has been an error.
Well, turn yourself off and on again and let's get the fuck home, car. The car, which in real life is just a retooled 1983 Honda Accord, won't listen to Gray or Asha, as though it's being taken over by some kind of mystic force. It drives full speed towards a guardrail and crashes with a flip that leaves Gray pretty banged up. Another car pulls up and 4 dudes get out, and they're here to accost this couple and sing Limp Bizkit. Back up, back up! Tell me what you want to do now! Gray's not loving this shit right here, and as a police drone watches from the air, one of these bastards removes his face mask and shoots Asha in the gut. Oh! He gets Gray to the ground and shoots him in the back, which leaves Gray disabled as the assailants flee the scene. Gray watches helplessly, unable to move, as his love Asha bleeds out on the ground mere feet away. Wow,
Oh, that's fucked up.
I didn't know, but
super fucking sucks. The attack puts Gray in the hospital for 3 months and renders him a quadriplegic who's forced to rely on the technology he's shunned throughout his life. It's some seriously sad stuff, but hey dude, at least you live in this dope-ass house. Like, what are those little dancing plant guys? Neat! That botanical ball just can't replace a murdered wife though, so when he's not too busy crying into his mom's arms, Gray's visiting the police station to find out who was behind his sudden lack of movement and life. Heading his case is Detective Cortez, played by Betty Gabriel, who's been moving it up for years on from Get Out,
yes.
First election years, to Unfriended, Cortez doesn't have any info for Gray, so he berates her department's incompetence and heads home, where he tries to kill himself with an overabundance of automated injections. Drugs automatically. Eventually, the application safety gears kick in,
I cannot administer any more medication, Gray.
and Gray winds up back in the hospital, where he's visited by Aaron Keene, looking like he's out to buy some toilet paper, but can't fucking find it. Aaron tells Gray that they can use this new microchip stem to make him walk again.
The line connecting your brain to your limbs has been cut. STEM would bridge that gap.
Although Gray tells Aaron he doesn't even want to live anymore, Aaron changes his mind by bringing up Asha.
What would she want?
Next thing you know, Gray's at Aaron's house, giving an operation under some x-ray panels that lend themselves to great direction by Winnell. In fact, the whole scene is stylistic and sleek, especially with that cool futuristic score by composer Jed Palmer. It's also bloody
Oh, God.
medical gore, man. It's always the most
still
intense. They install stem on the back of Gray's neck, and after he wakes up, he finds himself able to raise his arms again. And walk! Wow, that really was a little Jesus bug, wasn't it? Aaron tells Gray that STEM has to stay a secret, since it's not exactly street legal, so Gray signs an NDA promising never to tattle on it. The whole situation might sound a little scary, but hey, at least Gray has complete control over STEM.
STEM works in service of your brain. Your brain gives STEM a command. he makes it happen.
You know, for now. For Gray's STEM-powered movements, Logan Marshall Green worked with movement coach Darren Inkster, a former Cirque du Soleil performer. They tried to replicate how a computer might operate a human body with total efficiency and no wasted energy. They trained for months to get it right, updating Lee Winnell all the while.
I was doing pre-production in Australia, and he would email me videos of himself in his backyard, and I would give him notes. You know, I would email him back and say, hey, you know, less Tin Man. You know, that robot dance.
Eventually, they landed on doing a fluid ballet-like movement, which Logan Marshall Green based in part on the Overwatch character Zenyatta. Embrace that tranquility, dog! Although Gray has to stay in his wheelchair in public, when he's at home, he's free to walk about willy-nilly, looking like he's some kind of video game character. I love the way these shots look. It helps us understand the not-quite-in-control feeling that Gray must be experiencing. After all, he's got a computer in his brain.
May I point something out?
Whoa, a computer that can talk! Wait, are we sure that was the computer?
Okay, who's saying that?
I am STEM, the system operating your body for you.
Oh shit.
Oh, Gray, ask it if it's kidding.
Fucking kidding me? No.
Okay, I guess not. STEM speaks to Gray through vibrations on his eardrums, meaning nobody else can hear it. But don't worry, that doesn't mean STEM can read his mind or anything.
I can only discern speech when you talk out loud.
STEM is voiced by Simon Maiden, whose smooth HAL 9000-like vocal performance is a big reason why this movie works so well. And fun fact, the reason why phones are just earpieces in this movie is so Logan Marshall Green could listen to Maiden deliver his lines on set in real time. STEM helps Gray look at drone footage of his attack and points out that the man who shot Asha wasn't actually holding a gun, so he must have had a gun implant inside his hand. Stupid beauty/murder standards, always pressuring people to get implants. Wow. Using some CSI-style enhancement techniques, STEM picks up a symbol on the assailant that it then handprints using Gray's body, but only after Gray gives it permission to take control. See, don't worry, Gray, you're still in charge of STEM, you know, for now. The symbol is a military tattoo that STEM decodes to determine the guy's name, Sir Grantner, as well as his address. But Gray's not allowed to go to Detective Cortez with this info because of the way he acquired it.
Aaron has forbidden you to tell anyone about me.
That means it's time for some cyberpunk vigilantism. Gray breaks into Sir Grantner's
Hope that game come out soon, dude. Like, I know I got pushed up back crazy.
To learn that the guy hangs out at a bar called the Old Bones. Before he can learn anything else, though, Sir comes home and sees him in a reflection. A fight breaks out, and Gray starts to get his ass kicked when STEM offers to take over and help.
STEM! Help!
I need your permission to operate independently.
Permission granted!
Thank you.
Oh shit!
Oh, shit.
Now this movie's about to fuck! And it's awesomely
I love it.
STEM goes berserk on Sir, while manually moving Gray's head out of the way since it doesn't have control over it. Again, amazing work by Marshall Green and Inkster here. STEM's fighting skills leave Gray astonished.
Oh god, dude!
And he even begs Sir to stay down. But instead, the guy grabs a knife, so STEM apprehends it and uses it to stab him in the back and eventually murder him in a brutal way.
Oh!
His head just split in half.
You now have full control again, Gray.
Oh my
Great.
god!
Now he can walk his own ass to
Yo!
a fucking therapist's office. Gray's fully traumatized.
I know, I don't blame you for
Stem knows
throwing
they need
up.
to clean up and get out of there.
Shit!
Kidding me? I can't remember every
I
single thing.
I was looking.
Thing you touched.
Gray is summoned by Aaron, who tells him he's been tracking STEM's locations to keep tabs on the expensive equipment.
This
he's
shit's
technically
crazy.
still
This is
on.
gonna be crazy.
Aaron's mad that Gray went on a vengeance mission that could lead to the discovery of STEM, and it's a valid concern.
Shit, he just-
After an
he literally
autopsy of
gave
Sir's
it-
body
gave him
that
the
shows
big
he was
smile.
full of wiring and had a gun implant, Detective Cortez learns that there was some mechanics grease found outside Sir's house. She puts two and two together, looks at drone footage from the area, and sees Gray rolling around Sir's neighborhood in his wheelchair. Although her computer calls Gray an incompatible suspect, Cortez trusts her own instincts more than a machine. She goes to see Gray and asks him why he was near a murder victim's house, one they had been questioning about his wife's murder. Gray says he was just snooping around on his own, but that he couldn't have possibly killed anybody. I mean, come on! Since his alibi is chair tight, Cortez is left with nothing more than vague suspicion. You win this one, Gray. Gray and STEM head to the Old Bones, a dive bar that's as technophobic as Gray once was. He rolls into the place and asks all the patrons there for any information about Sir Grantner, the man who killed his wife. The only one to respond with anything more than laughter is is this dude Tolan, who grabs Gray's wheelchair and rolls him into the bathroom. Be careful back there, Gray. Aaron's still tracking you. You wouldn't want to let him see a pee, would you? Tolan and his pals toss Gray onto the ground and mess with him before finally admitting that he was part of the gang that killed Asha. With that confession, Gray allows Stem to take control again for another wickedly fun fight scene with plenty of thrills and shocks. Cinematographer Stefan Duccio came up with the memorable way these fight scenes were shot. He put the camera in a gyroscope gimbal rig called the MKV Omega Revolution, which was connected to an app on an iPhone that had Logan Marshall Green's body. Through the app, the camera would lock onto where the iPhone was and move perfectly in sync with it. Awesome. During the fight, Gray kills Tolan's 3 bathroom brawl buddies by hitting them in the chest, throat, and, all over with his robot strength. When Tolan still refuses to talk, instead just laughing in Gray's face, Gray decides to let Stem persuade the dude with a knife.
I can do it for you. You don't even have to look.
Oh, God.
Although it's not on screen, it's still a nasty scene, thanks in large part to the sound effects. With his face slashed all to hell, Tolan finally starts to talk, but he's only able to say a single name, Fist, before he succumbs to his injuries and dies on the bathroom floor. Stem tells Gray that they're all of a sudden facing a cyber attack. Aaron is trying to shut Stem down remotely.
We need to employ a rootkit and subvert my operating system.
What kind of fucking language are you speaking?
Since Gray's not exactly a computer nerd, Stem directs him towards a hacker it found on the dark net. Stem dictates a bunch of numbers that Gray writes down on his arm so he can give them to the hacker as his body begins to fail due to Aaron's attack on Stem. Gray gets inside the hacker's building, past the Billy the Puppet graffiti, and finds where the hacker lives, which is a few floors up from James Wan apparently. He drags himself to the glow stick covered 5th floor and reaches the hacker's door, and with the passing of a cash payment, the hacker agrees to fix Gray's brain computer. Back in the old Bones bathroom, the man known as Fist, the same dude who took his mask off before shooting Asha with his literal handgun, uses some more transhuman upgrades to learn what Tolan saw and heard as he died. Namely, Gray speaking to Stem and repeating the hacker's address aloud. Fisk takes umbrage with Manny, the old Bones bartender, for allowing Tolan to get killed on his watch. Manny gets nervous and pulls out a gun, but all Fisk does in response is sneeze out a bunch of microscopic nano killers. They go in through Manny's nostrils and kill him by, doing whatever they do. Can't be pleasant. The hacker drags Gray into this warehouse workstation where a whole bunch of undoubtedly stinky people are hooked up to IVs so they can VR for days straight. Gray's not a fan of the lifestyle, though the hacker offers a defense.
Why someone would choose to live in a fake world, I will never understand.
The fake world is a lot less painful than the real one.
The hacker begins to work on Stem's rootkit or whatever, as Fisk and his right-hand man arrive at the building. The hacker finishes their work as they see the muscle moving in. But since Stem has to reboot for the change to take place, Gray is left lying on the floor as the hacker makes their exit. Fisk and his buddy aren't the only ones on Gray's case either, since 2 of Aaron's cronies roll up to retrieve the tech billionaire's property. Gonna take more than a finger chrome to get Gray out of this one, Stem, especially because Fisk's partner is here with tickets to the gun show, literally. They break into the hacker's room and find Gray trying to crawl away from them. But thankfully, Stem comes back online, turning Gray into a flippy boy the likes of Lucha House Party. That stunt, arranged by stunt coordinator Chris Anderson, was the only bit of behind-the-scenes footage I could find for this movie. It shows the camera rig they used, although for this particular shot, the gimbal was pre-programmed to follow the stunt performer's flips, rather than locked on to an iPhone app. Gray escapes the hell of hand bullets and races down the stairwell, and as his crony gives chase, Fisk notices the elevator coming up. He uses his techno-vision to see that it's 2 of Aaron's people, then quickly ends their lives by shooting through the walls. Stem directs Gray through the building, and then through another fight, and it ends this one quickly and graphically. Holy shit, Stem, you just blew that guy's head off! That is just, wow! Hell, even Fisk has got to be impressed there. I mean, the dude's head is gone. Gray returns home and passes out on his bed, where he has a long sleep filled with dreams of his dead wife.
This wasn't a dream.
Oh, well, excuse me. A sleeping sensory experience. Is that better? He gets a visit from Detective Cortez, who found his wheelchair at the old Bones. This guy just keeps on connecting himself to crime scenes, doesn't he? Once again, Gray says he was just trying to learn things for himself. But Cortez isn't bothered by his
this shit's
deflections.
crazy.
She's really here to plant a bug in his code so she can learn exactly what Gray's been up to. With that accomplished, she leaves. And although Gray tells Stem he wants them to stop killing people, Stem disagrees and shows Gray who's in charge now.
What's going on?
I'm not doing anything.
Why can't I move?
Because I'm not doing anything.
Stem says that when Gray had the hacker follow those instructions on his arm, they removed Stem's system guards, which not only stopped Aaron's tracking system, but also gave Stem full autonomy.
I no longer need your permission to act.
Damn, it was good while it lasted, right?
Shit.
Since Stem doesn't want Fisk to find and kill his new human body, it tells Gray that they're gonna go out and finish what they started. Cortez has been listening to all this through an earpiece, so it's hard for her to learn that much when she's only hearing half the conversation. Gray finds and discards Cortez's bug, but it's too late for that, my friend. It's siren time! They speed down the road playing bumper cars in a chase scene filmed on a short stretch of closed-down freeway in Melbourne, thus why some of the road signs are backwards. Apparently Winnell got tips for filming the scene from his good friend James Wan, since Wan had recently directed Furious 7. Because Gray and Cortez are both driving non-electric cars, Stem can't really help much until he gets the idea to hijack another car further up the road. Not sure if this is through Bluetooth or what, but Stem speeds the stolen car backwards and tells Gray to get out of the way so he can stop Cortez with a high-speed crash. Gray gets away, leaving Cortez in his dust, alive but super pissed. Gray hides in Fisk's apartment and holds him at gunpoint when he gets home. Fisk tells Gray that he was a soldier wounded by an explosive who underwent an experimental test procedure that left him a man with computer implants. Fisk considers himself responsible for Gray becoming the same kind of man.
I inducted you into my race, the upgraded.
Gray don't care about being the latest model man, though. He just wants to know who ordered the hit on his wife. Fisk tells him Ash's death was just incidental. He was primarily hired to paralyze Gray.
When I shot you in the neck, did you think that was a gun? It was a medical tool, like they use for bovine.
Another fight breaks out, but since Fisk has his own high-tech upgrades in kick-assery, Gray and Stem finally find themselves evenly matched. Gray decides to try a more humanity-based tactic by bringing emotions into it. He brings up a fact he learned recently, that Sir Ratner was Fisk's brother.
Why did you carry that junkie on your back? Let's solve the problem for you. Yeah, split him open.
With Fisk losing his cool, Gray Stem's finally able to gain the upper hand, and he kills the skeevy wife killer by slamming the back of his head down against an upright glass shutter. Yeah, that kind of death will really take the light out of your eyes. Stem and Gray check Fisk's little earphone, where they find a message left by Aaron Keane.
You know what this means, Gray.
When I finish it.
They drive over to Aaron's and descend his stairs, quickly dispatching of the billionaire's pair of bodyguards. Damn, that shit looked like it was boring to him. Gray finds Aaron crying at his desk and announces that he's there to kill him. But before he can follow through with that plan, he finds himself stopped by Detective Cortez. Her attempted apprehension just earns her a flippy-doo instead, and before you know it, Stem is using Gray's hands to choke the detective's life out. Gray doesn't want to kill Cortez, so he fights back against Stem's control, even though the AI warns him that that's probably bad for his brain. It's also bad for his hand to be stabbing it into the table like that, but hey, Gray does it anyway. Stem regains control until Cortez hits Gray with a taser, finally short-circuiting the brain chip. You know, for now. While he's down, Aaron tells Gray that Stem's the one behind everything that's happened to him. In fact, Stem took control of Aaron's company years ago, and has been directing his actions this whole time, even feeding him lines of dialogue.
Asking what his wife would want. What would she want?
It was Stem who picked Gray as its eventual human host, since Gray didn't have a single computer implant in his body. It was Stem who crashed his car and arranged the hit that killed his wife and paralyzed him. And it was Stem who took Gray on this long path of murder that led to Aaron Keene's house. Because Aaron's the only one in the world who could create another Stem, and Stem ain't about to have that. Which is why Stem takes control of Gray again to stab Aaron in the side of the head. Good thing Gray didn't try that shit with Fisk, who would have been bringing a handgun to a hand gunfight. Stem goes to finish off Cortez, but Gray still tries with all his might to fight back.
You are not in control!
Shoot yourself.
Whoa, wait a minute, I'm not gonna fall for this. No one watching this movie is expected to believe it's real when Asha comes into Gray's hospital room and tells him he's been in bed for a few days. We know this shit's a fantasy, but it's still pretty wild when we cut back to reality and Stem tells Cortez that Gray's no longer around.
He's in a better place. In his mind, where he wants to be.
Now Stem is fully in control, meaning it's free to kill Cortez and fulfill its dream of becoming a full-on human. Although, might want to work on your motor skills a bit, Stem. Gray is now stuck inside his mind jail, choosing to live in a fake world that's a lot less painful than the real one. The movie ends with Stem leaving Aaron's house to begin its new life as a human being. How many people just got downgraded to death status? Let's find out after another word from our sponsor.
No more talk about sponsorships, James. What? The people want the numbers.
No, I need sponsorships. I need to buy Lucy's food!
My God.
I will handle this. Okay. 15 people died in Upgrade, with 12 of the victims male and 3 of the victims female.
Well, I guess it's true when they say there's an overrepresentation of males when it comes to STEM, right?
With a runtime of 100 minutes, that factored out to a kill on average every 6.666666666 repeating minutes. Thank you, James. You are in control again. For now.
I'll give the golden chainsaw for coolest kill to Fisk's partner.
I knew it.
We're lucky to even have it. Production could only afford 2 fake heads for this kill, and the first one malfunctioned. Thankfully, their second time was a charm. Don't Machete for Lena's kill will go to Detective Cortez, though I will say it was still emotionally effective. And that's it. Upgrade came out in 2018 by writer-director Lee Whannell.
She got killed in another film.
Invisible Man,
She got killed in another kill count
after it comes out on Blu-ray. But until then, I'm James H. Denise. This has been the Kill Count. Thanks a lot for watching this week's Kill Count. Another thanks to Raycon for sponsoring this episode. Also thanks to patrons Wavis Ferber, Garrett Torres, Max Snyder, I Am Jack, Piper Whalen, and Ryan Kohler.
Next week begins the first kind
playing
of
is all I
franchise
suppose
on
to
the
some
Kill
folks,
Count in a while.
some dickhead one or something trying to say I'm still the content.
But after that,
anyway,
look out for any buckets
good.
of blood.
This was a good
Thanks,
movie.
everyone.
This was indeed a good movie. Thank y'all. I think this is one I definitely thank y'all for making me choose to do a Kill Count reaction to. Though I made it through and I made it through it with stay looking away. Almost didn't, but I made it through. This is a good movie, a good choice right there, y'all did. So next up will be the second video that will be the final video. Well, no, not the final. The second video that will be in place of the Dentist 2, which is Quarantine, and we'll finish. Then I will finish it off with the one that was the second to the last one, but now it's gonna be the last one, which is the Look-See series 1 and 2. So other than that, if you like my reaction, like, share, subscribe to your channel. Again, thank you all who loves to watch my Kill Count. Thank you to those who watch right now, because I will, as I am doing this as a premiere. It's your boy T-Bird signing off. One love.